Hey, I discussed in previous posts about the different types of shame and how to recognize them. This video is about how to regulate and take control of toxic shame states once you realize you are at risk of being taken over by toxic shame. These tips are more about how to develop the habit of, once you recognize you're stuck in shame, being able to consciously and intentionally bring yourself out of the unhealthy and unregulated shame that is leading you to hide from parts of your life, ultimately hide from yourself. Unhealthy, toxic shame is essentially a survival mechanism by our evolutionary derived biology, physiology, and emotional systems. When we experience an inability to fight or flight from the current stressors, perceived or real, we face, our body shuts down. The dorsal vagal nerve is activated. We then feel the emotion of shame. We downcast our eyes and look down at the floor. We feel immobile in our legs and body. We can feel paralyzed and unable to move. And we tend to be internally focused on ourselves, frequently in a self critical manner. It's as if our body wants to make us disappear from the situation. However, when this happens regularly or frequently in situations where logically there is no threat, we start to disappear from important parts of our life and lose out on learning about ourselves in new situations. So here's a list of some strategies you can try. First, try one or two to see if they help. Then practice them when you are feeling good. This will help to develop the habit of automatically doing this strategy when you really need it. First strategy, make eye contact. If you have a loved one around you or someone who you trust, make eye contact with them and hold it for as long as bearable. This counteracts the strength that shame finds in hiding and withdrawing from others. If we can allow ourselves to be seen and see others, this can be supportive of relinquishing unhealthy shame's bind on you. Second, movement. Move any part of your body. Moving a part of your body a little bit can start to thaw the freeze response, which is often intricately intertwined with shame in general. Third, speak. Say something, anything. The main principle behind this strategy is to get you to vocalize, to say something. When you are speaking, the higher pitched and more tone to your voice, the better. Sing a song out loud or even start to hum the tune to a song. This activates the ventral portion of the vagal nerve and the sympathetic nervous system, which is associated with being socially engaged, energized, present-centered, and aware in the moment. Thus, this counteracts the experience of feeling locked, withdrawn, frozen that reflects unhealthy shame. Fourth and last strategy, externalize your shame. Imagine your feeling of shame as a separate part of you. If that seems hard to do, first take a moment and think about the quality you like least about yourself. Now, imagine that quality belongs to a part of you. It doesn't define who you are. Now imagine the feeling of shame and the associated thoughts, maybe self-critical thoughts or judgments, as one part of you. Picture it as a monster or some other entity, shadowy figure, critical person you've met in your life, a dark cloud. Become curious about this other figure. What does it look like? Can you draw it? What does its voice sound like? How does it move? Is it fast, slow, immobile? What is its size in relation to you? What color is it? Where is it in relation to you? Behind you, on you, beside you? I know for me, my self-critic, connected to my feelings of shame, often feels like this upper right part of my head. almost like it's monitoring me or looking down on me when it's present. By understanding and externalizing your shame as much as possible, you can then begin to see it as something separate that comes along or gets bigger in certain situations. When it is something you can imagine in the physical world, perhaps you can develop a different type of relationship with it, as if it is a real, distinctly different person or entity. Do you already have strategies that help when you are feeling in the throes of shame, immobility, and feeling defeated? Please share them below so that others can benefit from them as well. Thanks.